Let's make some spicy fish tacos with mango salsa and some corn tortillas. Why are we doing this? Because it's summer and we want quick cooking methods now. The preparation needs to be quick because we're meant to be outside, having a drink in the sun with our friends, being passionate, creative, dynamic. That's what summer's all about. So we're encouraged to eat foods that are locally grown, seasonal food, mostly red. So we've got things like red apples, pomegranates, strawberries, red capsicum, beetroots, red cabbage, tomato, all of these red lovely foods, and red drinks, canned tomatoes, tomato sauce, umeboshi vinegar, red wine vinegar. Just think red. This is the color that we want to be around in summer. Red flames, red everything, red lips. We also want to include the bitter flavor because the bitter flavor has a really great effect on our heart and small intestine, so digestion. These are things like, and you may be surprised here, sesame seeds, quinoa, alfalfa, rocket we know, corn, asparagus. These are all considered bitter foods that are fantastic for the heart. So let's get into making these beautiful tacos. So these are corn tortillas. Oh, by the way, if you're loving the tea towels that I'm using, they're from Nordhaus, and there's a link in the description and there's a discount code in there as well because they're just divine. These are organic corn tortilla. Organic corn is important because corn is one of the crops that they use genetically modified technology for, along with soy and canola. So it's a good idea to just spend a little bit extra on organic corn. Okay, so we're just going to warm these up a little bit and they'll be nice and ready for when the fish is ready. So see, quick, quick, quick. We're not making an osso buco. We're not doing a slow cooked bone broth. Not that I ever would, but just quick. Barbecue. Okay, so a little bit of a warm there. White corn. You can get blue corn as well, but I chose to use white corn here because we want light coloured foods in summer. Okay, they're done. Now, let's cook the fish. Any fish you like, whatever's local to you, line and pole caught, nothing using a big super trawler. So I have got some seasoned gluten-free flour here. Just a little bit, just so it's nice and crunchy, your fish. You don't need much on that. So I've got salt and pepper in there. I want to add a spice to this because it's summer, it's fiery. So I'm going to use the Mexican seasoning. And the reason I'm going to use this one is because it's got smoked paprika in it. And I want smoked paprika in this because it's red and smoky and fiery and yummy. Smoky flavor is just yummy, right? And it's got chili in it, garlic, black pepper. It's going to be great. So give that a little mix up. Okay, now let's cook this baby. Some olive oil. My pan's still warm, or you can do this on the barbie, of course. And then get your fish. It already smells like summer, and it smells divine, and it smells spicy, and it smells sexy, and it smells like I want to eat it. And so will you. Okay, let's put this fish on the pan. It starts to sizzle. It's going to be a quick cook. Okay, while that's cooking, let's take a moment to thank one of my beautiful, generous, major sponsors, Gourmet Organics. When I first started to think about making this series, I started to think about which products I wanted to use, and herbs and spices I knew were going to play a huge part in my recipes. So I looked in my cabinet. It was full of Gourmet Organic, so they were the obvious people to approach. Luckily for us, they said yes. The reason I love these herbs and spices so much is that their food is medicine. And in yesteryear, we knew that what was in our pantry was our medicine chest. Food is medicine at its finest. Somehow we've forgotten this along the way, but we're starting to remember. For example, cumin. You can sprinkle a little bit of that in some hot water and use it for any digestive problem. Fennel, the same, for bloating or cramping in your tummy. Use the dried oregano for making za'atar or dukkha. It's an antibiotic. I mean, I just sprinkle that on everything. I love it so much. Turmeric. You don't need to buy expensive golden milk powders. Just use turmeric and some raw honey or maple syrup there. The other reason I love them is because of the range of sizes. So these are great size at home for any home cook. Or if you're a bit like me, you might want to get this size so you can refill the bottles. If you're working in a kitchen or you're a chef, this big jumbo size is brilliant for refilling big jars. Or if you don't cook that much or you live in a small space, just get these small 30-gram packets. If you're keen to try these products and get them in your pantry, Gourmet Organic are offering my viewers a nice little discount. So check out the link in the description. So the fish has been cooking for about 2 minutes on either side, and it looks delicious and ready. So off with the heat really quick. And I'm going to drain it because summer is about less oil and less salt. So you don't want big fatty tempura battered food now. So I'm going to put it on one of the bamboo paper towels, the reusable ones that I love so much from Go for Zero. And if you love them too, there's a link in the description and a discount code. So let's just put that aside for a moment and don't be tempted to eat one because we need them. So let's make a salsa now. So I'm going to make mango salsa, a really yummy Asian limey salsa. So mango, which is recommended now in summer because they're everywhere. Beautiful, just like that. And then I like doing them in cubes for a salsa, not big chunky ones because they've got to fit in your taco, remember? And often we just put too much stuff in a taco and it just goes everywhere. And then red trimmed bowl is essential for the fire element. And then we're going to scoop it out like that. Great, into your bowl. Now I'm just going to put everything else in it. It's quick, remember. So I've got cucumber and red capsicum. So cucumber's really cleansing and cooling for this element of fire in the season of summer. And then I've got some chopped chili, and I used a long red chili that's not too hot, but use a bird's eye one if you want to blow your head off. Use a jalapeno. It's up to you how hot you want to go. And then I've got some kaffir lime leaves there. So they come in twos like that. I love how cute they are in pairs. So finely slice them. Don't leave them chunky because you'll get a big whack of kaffir lime in. Lime rind. I'm obsessed. It just brings a zing to everything. And as the energies in the element of fire are all about transformation and passion and energy and change and joy and love, it just sort of brings that element to this dish. Some spring onions I'm going to put in there, and some red onion and some coriander. See, anyone can do that. Toss it up a little bit. Doesn't that look beautiful? I mean, you just want to invite your friends over and have a barbecue. And, you know, it's scary when you have people over often. You're like, what am I going to cook? I need to prepare. I still need to be, you know, being social and looking after people as the host. But you don't want to be in the kitchen slaving and ignoring everyone. Well, if you do, then don't make this because this is quick and you're going to have to be out there talking to people. So we are going to add in that as a dressing some lime juice and a little bit of sesame oil. Do toasted sesame oil because you only need 2 or 3 drops of this because it's so powerful. And remember, sesame is a bit of flavour, so especially recommended now. I mean, you know, when you go to really hot countries, they have these foods. This is the kind of food that you eat there. You're not having a slow-cooked tagine in Thailand. Okay, so, and then a little bit of salt. Or you can put fish sauce in this, which would be really delicious as well. It's a bit salty though for summer, so a little bit of salt. I'm done. Now we're going to assemble. So we want the 2 warmed tacos. You can put them in the oven if you do a whole stack of them. You can use some mayo here if you like to. I just thought I want it fresh and light, so I'm not using mayo. Let's do a piece of fish there and a piece of fish there. And a bit of mango salsa. I'm being very restrained here with just 2 for one person, but the element of fire in the season of summer, this is the lightest diet of the year. This isn't about eating. This is about small amounts of food that are nutrient dense. So not heaps of food that have got nothing in them, like empty calories and just eating. This is small amounts of food. Get your nutrition. Let it digest. It's about the small intestine, remember. So joy and happiness is going to help us digest. You know, when you're not happy and you're not joyful and you're all angry and annoyed, your digestion just doesn't work well. You can't digest information and food at the same time. So joy is important when you are getting these in your mouth. So our friends and happiness and whatever you can do to get yourself in a better mood. And I tell you what, this is what's going to get me into a better mood. Fire element, I like you.